In 1907, Dr. Duncan McDougall of Massachusetts published his experiments on weighing the human soul, something he dedicated his life to finding, the weight of the human soul. And he found that it was about 21 grams, about the size of this measuring tape as far as weight goes. That's not much. I know that my soul is much, much heavier on some days and lighter on others, and it tends to fluctuate throughout the day depending on how heavy or light I feel, which is why when I step on the scale, sometimes it tells me that I'm 5 pounds heavier or 8 pounds lighter than what I actually am. Therefore, this measuring tape is actually a much better option to use when it comes to finding out, am I actually losing body fat? Because typically when somebody is weighing themselves, they're not trying to find out how heavy or light their soul is from a given day, how much water weight they have, or what the other fluctuations like, I don't know, the astrological alignments of the stars have to do with our weight. We want to know, are we losing fat? Is the diet working? Am I doing the right things or am I going in the wrong direction? And for that, we want something that's actually measuring volume, because fat takes up more than double the amount of space as muscle for the same weight. It has more volume, it's fluffier. And especially if you are gaining muscle and losing fat, these measurements can be really difficult on the scale, especially if you're staying hydrated. Water creates weight. If you're a fan of high sodium foods, as I am, sodium does not impact fat loss, but it will impact weight on the scale, causing bloating and water retention. Now, is some of that picked up in the measuring tape when you do circumference measurements? A little bit, but not as much as on the scale. So while the scale, yes, is a useful tool, I am a proponent of weighing yourself without judgment, without putting a value judgment on the weight or the number on the scale. It can be a useful starting point for figuring out certain metrics, certain targets, that kind of thing. It cannot be our only measurement, especially when it comes to fat loss, especially considering that if you're on a reasonable fat loss caloric deficit diet, you're cutting 300 to 500 calories per day, and there are 3,500 calories in just 1 pound of fat. So after you have gone through your initial rapid fat loss phase that people will often go through if they're on a good, reasonable diet, after that, it slows way down, and you might get a pound a week, 2 pounds, half a pound, but your body weight on the scale can fluctuate 8 pounds in a single day. And that's never mind even talking about menstrual cycles and your horoscope sign and whatever else might be making your soul heavy on a given day. So get a measuring tape. It's low tech. You don't need one of those fancy body fat monitoring scales. Those scales, the ones that are sold for in-home use that monitor body fat, all they're doing is taking your normative data and putting it against the BMI chart or putting it against other various metrics like this that you can just look up on your computer. It's not actually doing anything fancy with monitoring the actual fat that is in your body. I will maybe do another video on why and how I know this, but understand that you can save your money, get a simple Taylor's measuring tape, and measure circumference around various points in your body to determine if you are losing fat. You measure around, for example, around the neck, you would go around, pinch the tape right where the metal edge ends, and then let it go. And wherever your thumbnail landed, oh my gosh, 50-inch neck. Also make sure that you start at the right end of the measuring tape, the side with the 1 on it, whether you're doing centimeters or inches, you want the side with the 1 on it. Wrap it around, feel where that metal tab ends, pinch the tape at that point, and let it go. Do the same thing with good posture when you're measuring around your torso, around your belly, around your hips. If you look down while you're measuring your belly and you have slouchy posture, you will add inches to your belly. So stand upright and find the point on the tape, not by looking down at the tape, but by pinching the tape after it has come around whatever circumference you're measuring, pinching the tape right where that metal part ends. Get used to doing this, and you will find that you will have a much better idea of not only how much body fat you are losing, but where you are losing it from. Very often, people who are on a fat loss diet say, well, the scale isn't really showing much, but I feel the difference in my clothes. You know why? Because they're losing inches, because they're losing fat, and they're feeling amazing. And you want to be able to track and appreciate all that progress. So get yourself one of these. Weight can be very, very misleading, but weight can be good for measuring other things like food and how much you lift. So go ahead, pop in the comments, let me know what you like to use weight as a measurement for. Do you weigh in pounds or kilograms? Same thing with inches and centimeters. Let me know what you measure in and what you like to measure and why. I would like to know. And if you would like coaching with me, you can go to www.thenerdgym.com and join me for some wonderful, fun, silly live Zoom classes where we get a good sweat on and feel amazing. Also, meal plans, everything you need to succeed. www.thenerdgym.com. And I will see you all next time. Bye.